Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So have you ever felt that once you enter a trade, it immediately starts going against you, or you take profit too soon, which you think is a top, but it just keeps going higher? It happens to all of us. It's impossible to time the market, but implementing multiple time frame analysis can improve your entries and exits, and that's what I'm going to cover in today's video. So what is multiple time frame analysis? Well, simply put, multiple time frames provide different pictures for an underlying asset, which communicates the direction of price. It allows you to see the bigger picture to evaluate the overall trend, which obviously helps cut through the noise. And it provides for better entries and exits by using a higher time frame to determine the overall trend, and then you would drill down to a lower time frame to determine a more specific entry and exit. Now, I'm going to go through some examples to explain exactly how this works. So we're looking at the SPY S&P 500, basically in ETF, and we're looking at the weekly chart. So from the weekly chart, you can see that every time since the COVID crash on the weekly, when it touches that 30-week moving average, is served as clear support, for the entire year of 2021. Every time it touched here at the 30-week, it bounced, okay? So obviously, you see this trend continuing. So the way you would get into this trade is on the weekly, when it retraces back to the 30-week moving average, then we would simply drill down to the daily to get a better entry. Now, this is the exact same chart, just on a lower time frame. So this is the daily chart now, and you can see here there is some volatility. On the weekly, it looked a lot smoother. But now when you drill down to the daily, you can see that we're in the same time frame as we were previously. But now you can look at this and decide, okay, when do I get in? Ideally, what you would like to do is wait for it to close above the 30-day and 50-day moving averages, which would be this candle right here, and you would enter this trade, and you would still be into this trade to this day because you'd be getting it around 443. The other thing is, this, like I said, this is not just for ETFs, this is for all stocks. It's just multiple time frame analysis. Now, PayPal is another example. PayPal had been selling off since August. Of course, if you're in it, how much pain can you take? But it's clearly just selling off, and you can draw lines of support all you want and try to figure out where is it going to bounce. But again, on the daily, this does not look pretty. You can draw a line of support here, another line of support straight across. You can draw one here, which is where it's bouncing. But the question is why did it bounce here? Well, if we zoom out to the weekly, you can clearly see that the 200-week moving average is a strong level of support. This right here was the March COVID crash, and since PayPal has gone public, it has never gone under that 200-week moving average. Does that mean it's going to hold forever? No, but it is a strong indication that it is going to bounce here, and it's been holding this 200-week moving average. So this is the power of multiple time frame analysis. Look at the overall trend, because if you're trading in a vacuum and just looking at the daily, you have no idea how far PayPal is going to go. You could think, well, once it crosses the 50-week moving average, we got the 100 moving average, or we got the 200, and on the daily, it cut through all those. But again, zoom out to the weekly and look at a bigger picture, and you can see the stock was in an uptrend. Now it's in a downtrend, but now it's clearly holding that 200-week moving average of support. Apple, another clear indication here. If Apple, again, on the weekly is holding that 30-week moving average of support, just like SPY was, the SPY did the exact same thing. Every time it touches that 30-week, it bounces. So when you're looking at the weekly, you can see that this area right here in October, about 141, held as support, and it clearly went back up and is like up to 182. But on the weekly, when you see and you notice, okay, it's retraced back to the 30-week moving average, what would be a better entry? Well, then we would drill down to the daily, and you can see this is a daily. It's very choppy. Doesn't look as clean and as smooth as the weekly, but now that we have an idea that Apple has retraced back to the strong support on the weekly, we drill down to the daily and look at this area, and what do? We wait until it closes above the moving, because now the moving averages, once were support on the daily, are now resistance. So you can see it got rejected once, and then here it finally cut through. So now that it closed above both moving averages, you can decide to get in here, and you would still be in the trade to this day, as it has not retraced back. You'd be getting it at about 147, maybe 148, and Apple went up to 182. So this is the importance of multiple time frame analysis. You're not guessing, you're using different time frames. Like I said, use the bigger time frame to gain the overall picture, the bigger picture, and look at the overall trend. If you're a day trader, look at the daily and use the 1 minute to enter trades. If you're a swing trader, look at the daily or the monthly, and it's always using a higher time frame and a lower time frame. So the higher time frame will provide you a overall trend and a bigger perspective of what is really going on with the stock, and then the lower time frame is used to enter the trade and give you a better entry and a better exit. And this works the same way. This is on the daily. You can decide where do I sell. I mean, you can look at the weekly for the overall trend of resistance, and then drill down to the daily and decide, okay, this is where my exit signal will be. So it's important that we not just trade in a vacuum and just look at this all day long at the daily chart, but zoom out and even drill down to get a better entry and exit signal. So just to recap, what is multiple time frame analysis? As I just covered, it allows for a broader view of the trend for the underlying asset. So you're able to see the bigger picture and it cuts through the noise of all the volatility, and it provides a smoother picture when you zoom out, whether it's the weekly, the monthly, the yearly. If you want to see if a stock's been up in an uptrend for the past 5 years, you obviously want to look at the yearly. If you want to see the past year, you could do the monthly. So it's very important that you not only look out, but then zoom in when you want to get a better entry and a better exit. As I said, it does provide clearer view of support and resistance levels. So you're able to see clearer view of support and resistance on weekly charts, bigger time frames is what I'm saying. On the daily, you can draw lines all you want, but when you look out at zoom out to the weekly, it'll provide again a clear view of the support and resistance levels. And again, it allows for better entries and exits because of the fact that you can see support and resistance levels a lot clearer, and they're a lot smoother. It's easier to see the entries and the exits, and not saying timing, because like I said, it's impossible to time the market, but it allows you, like I said, a way to look at just really drilling down to finding a more precise entry and a precise exit. So hopefully y'all found this video helpful. Provide some valuable tools, resources of like I said, just look at the bigger picture and use the lower time frame to get in and to get out. And if you incorporate multiple time frame analysis, I think you'll be able to improve your entries and exits moving forward. So I hope you all found this helpful. If you did, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, leave me any comments if you have any questions, and I will catch you on the next one.